Sustainable Development Goals 4 aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Target 4.5 of SDG 4 focuses on eliminating gender disparities in education, on ensuring equal access to education for vulnerable people, including people with disabilities. All children, including those with disabilities, have the right to an education that is inclusive, available, affordable, adaptable, accessible, and of high quality. This right is reiterated by Article 24 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and Article 16 of the Protocol of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities in Africa. It is estimated that people with disabilities represent about 15% of the world's populations. The West and Central Africa regions have the largest number of out-of-school children in the world, with nearly 32 million children out of school. It is estimated that 1/3 of these children are disabled. Inclusive education refers to an education system that takes into account the specific educational needs of all children and young people of situations of marginalizations and vulnerability. This means that all children, whoever they are, can learn together in the same classroom and school. The key elements to ensure inclusive educations are raising awareness among parents and communities about the rights of education for all children and the potential of children with disabilities. Capacity building of teachers to ensure that teachers' pedagogy is adapted to the diversity of learners. Improving the accessibility of the school's environment and providing appropriate teaching and learning material. It is thus important to transform the educational system so that all children, however diverse they might be, are welcomed and allowed to learn together in the same school and classroom using inclusive pedagogical practices. 4 years after the adoption of the Sustainable Development Goals, very little progress has been made to ensure inclusion and equity in and through education systems and programs. Governments should honor their commitment to leave no one behind by investing more resources to address the inequality and disadvantage faced by girls and boys with disabilities. If the SDGs are to be achieved by 2030, there is an urgent need to make progress on integrating children with disabilities into existing education systems in West Africa and beyond. ANSEFA, the African Network Campaign on Education for All, the West African Federation of Disabled, WAFUD, and Humanity and Inclusion work in synergy to ensure that all children, especially children with disabilities, have access to a quality and inclusive education. Let's make inclusive education a reality and move from theory to practice.